Yeah. Time to bring the bass dirt. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Wait, shut up. Hey, on my mama.
Okay.
Now, all right, you go ahead, take over.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy MF Comedy, and this is episode 3 of What's Good in the Hood. Today's special guest is Abbey James.
I'm so special.
So Abbey James, me and you have known each other for a good, a good 3 months?
6 months, probably.
6 months?
It's been a while.
Since
January. Because February was when I did your show, and I knew you for a couple months before that.
No, I met you in January.
I met you in January?
Yeah.
I have a terrible memory of
the
time.
end of January, so January, February, March, April, and we're going into
May. So we're like 4 months into it.
Yeah. So we're like 4 months into our friendship.
Right.
Since then, we've just been like rocking, huh?
Pretty much, dude.
Like
everything.
You've performed at already 2 of my shows.
2?
Yeah.
I appreciate that, bro.
Hey, no time. The last one was like, I need to book you for it. The last one you just came through because I needed you last moment because somebody had dropped out. I think it was Goodface because his throat was sore.
Yep.
So you came through and wrecked it for me. Like you were the closer, like the
Mariano Rivera of the comedy show. What?
So So knowing you for these little bit of time that I've known you, I already know you have this energy about you that's just off the chain. I can barely keep up with this guy right now. He has so much energy.
Woo!
I just want to know what keeps you going like this. It's Monday morning.
Monday morning.
I mean, I'm up, but I'm not up. Does that
the
make
thing
sense?
is, I actually am sleeping. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm asleep. It's just my energy from yesterday is taking over, and I'm like, woo! But really, I want to just be in my bed curled up with my cat.
It drifted over to today.
Yeah, exactly. It's roll over minutes on singular wireless and shit like that. You know what I mean? That's basically my life with energy. You know what I mean? It just rolls over, and then I just use it when I need it.
So no Red Bulls.
No, well, I'm not gonna lie. Every once in a while, I do a Rockstar just because, but I only take sips. I don't be drinking a whole Rockstar at a time because that'll fuck me up too much. You know what I mean?
If you like Rockstars, you should check out the organic Rockstars. They are.
I've had them before. They're kind of gross.
What? I just because it's organic.
Oh, well.
If anything's bad for you, you can give me something that's bad for me, but call it organic, and I'm sold. And I'm pretty sure that was their marketing.
That's basically why they do that shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm gonna give you some organic heroin
This
later.
is just gonna be exactly. It's gonna do the same thing, but organically too.
Yeah.
So I was sold on those. So to get up to your energy level, I will probably need an organic Rockstar right now.
Cheers! Cheers on there.
What's up, Ches? Shout out to everybody watching, man. Thank you for supporting What's Good in the Hood radio show, /podcast, /live on everything,
/live on everything,
/we do it big or go home,
/we do it big.
So this you are killing me in energy, but that's fine. I'm starting to feed off of it.
Let's go. Yes.
That's one of the reasons I like to book you because you could bring a crowd from nothing to just everybody standing up at their seats.
Woo!
There's not a lot of artists who could do that. I mean, there are, but there's not a lot of local artists who I see do that often. You know what I'm saying? So,
I appreciate that.
On that point, it's something special as far as because I book people all the time. You see?
Yeah, I know.
So you would definitely be a closing act, especially that. If you haven't heard, everybody, Abbey James has a new hit single. It's called SipMyLemonade.
SipMyLemonade.com. Go listen to the EP, the little 4-track EP.
Also, if you didn't know, Abbey James is a local artist. He is on the Hood app. He will spit some pretty dope bars for y'all. So check him out.
Yeah.
Check him out. Fire.
I am on the Hood app. I got a couple reviews on it. Every time I get a review on the Hood app, I get a smile on my face, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, so far I've only gotten 5, so maybe if they gave me a 2, I might not be as happy, but, you know what I mean? I've gotten some pretty good ratings on the Hood app so far, so if you want to go rate me on the Hood app, you know what I mean, make my day, or ruin it, go ahead, do your thing, you know what I mean? I can't get mad at you.
Hey, lately, we've been everywhere, huh?
We've been everywhere.
Since we met, you've been doing work with all the people I do work with. We even took that trip to LA.
Went to LA?
Yeah,
that was a fun ass.
You see me perform.
In LA for the first time?
Yeah, in LA for the very first time.
That was hella dope, dog.
Yeah, and then And then I seen you freestyle in front of a pizzeria for like, in 2 hours straight?
Yeah, I do be freestyling quite a bit. Yeah, we freestyled for a long time that day. It was fun. I enjoyed the hell out of that.
So what are you doing now? Like, I know we did that thing back in LA. I know you just performed on Laughs on the Ave. My show, what was it, last Sunday?
Yep.
So what's up with Abbey James now? What new projects you got going up? What new shows you got going? What events will you be performing at soon?
Well, I am going to be doing a couple shows in June. Specifically the River. I'm gonna be doing the River.
The River open mic.
The River open mic. I'm gonna be doing a featured set, doing a half hour. I'm like excited about that. I'm gonna be writing some new shit and just like having fun with that one. I got a show opening for the homie, but I don't know if I should talk about it. So you know what I mean, like
a secret show.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if it's a secret or not because you know what I mean. It's not my show that I'm putting together. But I'm just.
Can you shout your homie out?
Well, shout out to Chez. Chez is the reason why it's happening. So you know what I mean. Like I just don't want to.
Shout out Chez.
I don't know what's confidential information or not. So I don't want to like you know. What I mean? But I'm super excited and Chez is wonderful. Basically, I'm working with like you know Lobo and Chez and you and I'm just everybody.
Oh, I do know me.
You do?
I do.
Do you?
I'm familiar with me.
Have you met you?
Yeah.
You're pretty cool.
A couple times.
I mean, yeah, right.
Spent the night with me. Yeah.
Whoa! Don't tell everybody.
Hey. Cool like that.
Yeah, we are. Hey, we've shared a bed before. Hey, it's it's all good.
We took a shower together.
Well, but the time we took a shower, like you know what I mean, like it was a little awkward, bro. I mean, I didn't know we were gonna bring that up on the show, but
wait, what happened?
But I mean,
just got lost in our
Lobo! Hey! Oh my God!
Hey!
Oh shit! Lobo's in the building.
I was out there listening to it.
Oh, for real?
Local artist Lobo just walked in and bars.
But I heard my name. I said, oh.
So shout outs to him for coming through to the Hood app. This art radio station is in our office. So if anything happens like that, we get a lot of people who come through. Always coming through to the Hood. So we like to acknowledge them. Even though we are live right now,
we are live.
We love to acknowledge everybody who's a part of the Hood. So
ooh, I gotta wave at somebody. What's up, Dope Tom?
That was Lobo, the guy who just walked in. Everybody. And so you were saying about your projects that Chess has hooked you up with.
Yes, I'm just saying like I've been.
That one, and then you said you had the. I'm sorry. That was what we left off.
No, it's all good. I'm working on my album. That's like the very, very like number one thing I'm working on is I'm working on my album, and that's like all I really care about right now. Everything else I'm doing is kind of like, you know what I mean, like around that album, because like I've been making music for about 10 years, and I've been making music for about 10 years, so. But I've never put out an actual physical album. I've only put out stuff online, you know what I mean? EPs here, mixtapes here. I put out about 150 songs over like the last 10 years, you know what I mean?
150 songs?
Yeah, I put out 150 songs for the last 10 years.
10 years? How quick do artists usually make songs?
I don't know. I don't know like averages or nothing like that. I just know that like I just love making music and I've made it for a long time. And now this is like, but I'm saying I've out of those 150 songs I've never like put out an album. This is my first time in 10 years that I'm putting out an album. You know what I mean? Like, and it's 10 tracks, and half of it's produced by DJ Say Some. I got Eats Beats is on it. I got Cricket Boys on it. I got King Bora's on it, and I think that's everybody that's on it. Yep, and it's just really exciting because I don't know, man. It's like I've always made music, but like I've never really had like a vision that I'm trying to push through. Like it's always kind of just I made music for fun.
Yeah. So now when you write your album, as far as when you say like you have a vision you want to push through, like are you trying to tell people, give people a message?
I mean, everything. There's a message in everything. You know what I mean? Even the stuff that I made before, where I wasn't trying to relay a message, I was still relaying a message. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But this one. It's like, the whole album's based on like, I'm bipolar. And I'm a little bit, I've had a little crazy moment in my life, like 2 years ago. If anybody had known me for long enough, you probably knew that time in my life. And, I ended up, 5150 in a mental hospital, you know what I'm saying? And then 5250, so they kept me a little longer. So I was in there for 8 days, you know what I mean, after I got arrested for being wild on UOP's campus. But,
Whoa! We're not gonna just run over that.
Well,
Hold on. Tell us a little bit about the wildness, your wild days. What was that? Were you going necklit, running around, or
like basically like I was like I would everybody was either my enemy or on my side, and like including like people that were on TV. They were talking to me, like Stephen Colbert. His show was like, he basically was making his show just to send me messages so that I knew better how to defeat the evil people in the world. You know what I mean? I was telling a story last night about how I walked down to the basement of City Hall with no shoes, no socks, no shirt, just some sweats on, and took a piss in the toilet down in the basement of City Hall.
there's a City Hall basement?
Yeah, I the only way I found that out is when I walked in there. I was on my path, and I mean I marched from Pacific Avenue all the way
no
down there.
shoes,
No
socks?
socks, no. I just was
Okay.
like, and like when I walked in, there was a security guard, and like and at the time I was like, well, I know I'm on my mission, so like I just like was like, oh hi, just said hi to him, and like he didn't even flinch. He was just like, okay. So I just walked past the security guard, went downstairs, and just took a piss. And what I thought was when I was taking a piss, like I was like Luke Skywalker, with the Death Star, where I was like, when I piss in this toilet, it's gonna change the world forever. You know what I mean? I hit that. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, so I was like really far out there, right? And then I had a really bad crash, and I really like, I really didn't, because I wasn't in my right mind, I wasn't treating the people around me the way that they deserved to be treated.
Yeah.
So I lost a couple, I lost friendships, and you know what I mean? Like I lost respect, understandably, you know what I mean, for certain things that I was doing. And so it was really hard. I had a really long depressive streak after that, you know what I mean? I was like really like depressed, and I really didn't think I was going to do music ever again. I felt like I felt like everything was like over for me, you know what I'm saying? So then I realized that like the only way out would be to, you know what I mean, just you know what I'm saying? So I was like super suicidal, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was going through that for a while. Then I actually like tried to do something for the first time in my life. I tried to kind of, you know what I mean, go.
When was that? When you realized, hey, let's hop back on this chorus or.
Well, see, then I got to the point where like I was like kind of like when I tried to, you know what I mean? I was like, it was like I was done with everything. Like I kind of was just like over everything, you know what I mean? I was just done. And then once I was done with everything, then I realized like, oh shit, like I was kind of at a zero, because it was like, okay, well, you know what I mean? Like if I could leave, then I could also just stay and just do something different and not just be the same person I've always been. Like I could grow, you know. And then my family helped me get back on my feet. I got a job through my family, and I started working landscaping for like 6 months. I saved up enough, got a car. I mean, then I got my new job where I work now. And then once I got my new job that I work now, I started working there, and I was like working with people, and I'd tell them like, I'd tell them like, oh yeah, I don't rap. I used to rap, you know what I mean? That was my past life. I used to rap, you know. And like I'd always be like, but I don't rap no more. You know, I'm just trying to be a normal person now. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, I'm not a normal person though. You know what I mean? I'm not normal. So how can I just remain in that box? So my friend Jonathan, who works with me, he asked me to rap for him, because he said, oh, you used to rap when you hear something. So I spit him one of my old freestyles where he's like, whoa, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, you got talent, like, you gotta express that. You can't give up now. And like, if you ever do an album again, like, I'll do the cover artwork. You know what I mean? So it was like this artist, another artist that I work with, was like trying to give me, you know what I mean, encouragement to go on.
Yeah.
And so I had these old beats that I made when I first started making music. I had started working with this dude, Ryan Martin, my best friend since I was like 11, you know what I mean? Like, me and him started Working Class Royalty together, which is my my crew company, whatever, label, whatever, brand.
Sure.
Brand is the best way to describe it, yeah. So me and him started our stuff together, and we made beats, and we were going to make an album in 2010. Right, and so we made the beats for it, but then he got married, had a couple kids, so he kind of like stopped doing the music, you know what I mean, because he had more responsibilities to take care of.
Yeah.
So we had these beats, and I never used them.
Those darn kids.
Hey, no, it's great. His kids are wonderful. No, I think he belongs in the family life.
No, definitely.
Like, he don't want to be living my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's not for him. But
I like how when people who have kids always like get really like, because I don't have kids, so they're always like if I say something about the kid, they're like, they just look at me like, no, no, your dreams will die, they'll burn, Oh no, but I love this little Junior. I love him.
I love him, but never have one.
He's Wait a minute, my dreams are dead. They're dead. Okay.
But yeah, so I had those beats, but I never used them because, like, in my mind back then, I was like, oh, I'm gonna use these beats when I'm ready for them. I'm never gonna be ready for them. And then when I figured out that I wasn't gonna do music no more, I was like, fuck, I never used those beats. Like, those were the first beats that I ever made. That was the first book, you know. So when I started working on it, so when my friend told me that, like, oh, I'll do album covers for you, I was like, cool, like. I was like, I'm gonna use those beats. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna practice. So I have a little project called Practice out online. That's what I first put out. You know what I mean? When I first started coming back. But you know, it was kind of rusty. You
what
know
was
what I mean?
that? A mixtape?
It was an EP. It was like a little EP.
What's the difference?
There's an album, LPs, EPs, and mixtapes, right?
Oh, wow.
Mixtapes are like taking
Yeah.
other people's beats and stuff like that and rapping over other people's beats and, like, you know what I mean, putting it out online for free and, like, not really, you know, it's like kind of just a promotional thing.
Okay.
Then there's EPs, which is an extended play, which means that it's like a shortened version of an album. So, like, some albums are like, most albums are about between 10 and 20 songs, you know what I'm saying? So EP is more like 4 to 8 songs, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And then an LP is a long play, which is like an album. It's like a full length album, you know what I mean? And so I made the EP with my boys' old beats in practice. That was because I was also meditate. I was starting to meditate every day. That's when I first started, and that's the thing. Like, all of the other stuff that I'm doing, the music and stuff like that, like, it wouldn't be possible if I didn't start meditating every day. Like,
as far as meditating, what do you mean? Because I know some people could just roll up a joint, and then that's their meditation. Do you do the breathing process?
But
as far as, like, in through the nose, out through the mouth.
That's a drug, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love, you know what I mean? I'm completely for, like, legalizing marijuana and stuff like that, but it's still a drug. Just like alcohol's a drug, just like aspirin's a drug, everything's a drug. You know what I mean? Meditation has you're not intaking anything in your body. All you're doing is processing the air that you are already breathing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's a lot different. You know, it's like when I used to smoke, it would, like, kind of take me away from where I'm at. When I meditate, it takes me to where I'm actually at right in that moment. You know what I mean? It takes me into my body and it makes me, you know what I mean, recognize where I am. And so it's like, that's why, and I have a lot of
Today's guest.
Sorry, everybody. You know, I'm a busy guy. I should put that on vibrate.
It's all good. It's all good. So the meditate every day, like, is what I don't even remember when I started doing it. I just bought a notebook one day. This is before I started working on my music again.
Yeah.
But I bought a notebook one day, just like, I'm gonna start writing. And one day I wrote in my notebook, I said meditate every day. And then I just, ever since then, like, I don't get every day, but this month I've only missed 4 days out of the whole April. I meditated every day except 4 days. You know what I'm saying?
Is there a specific time that you go? Maybe like 10 minutes, 30,
20 minutes.
20? Okay.
20 minutes. And I got that from Bill Burr, the comedian, because he was like, if I can meditate 20 minutes a day, and you can, you know, like, he said that on his podcast one time, and I was like, you're right, bro. Like, I was doing 12 minutes at the time, and I was like, no, I'm gonna push it to 20. I could do 20. And honestly, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you said you met me and we've been doing all this stuff. If I didn't have that meditation every day to bring me back to zero, like, there's no way that I could continue doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? There's no way, because my mind is just too, you know what I mean? It attacks me, you know? And that's what meditation taught me, is, like, you know, our minds are, like, as much as we're in control of what our thoughts are, our thoughts also, you know what I mean, are coming in without our consent almost, you know what I'm saying? It's attacking us without, you know what I mean? So when you meditate, you see that, and you can understand, oh, now I gotta, I'm gonna do some logo moves, like, you know what I mean? You gotta block those, you know, thoughts and, you know.
Okay,
like,
so the meditation gave you that enough confidence to get back in it, and then you dropped your EP.
Yeah, so I got the EP, but the thing is like, I've been wanting to make an album for my whole career. You know what I mean? And DJ Say Some, my boy Steven, he had a couple beats that he gave me, like, before I even went crazy. You know what I mean? And this is my boy who, like, when I was depressed and I wasn't talking to nobody for months at a time, the only person who called me for about 2 months, 3 months was Steven. And he'd call me, like, every couple weeks. Like, he was living in LA at the time. He's like, bro, like, I know you're not doing nothing, but bro, like, come out to LA, like, I'll take you on ATV, da da da. Like, he was just always, and, like, no, like, I wouldn't get a call for like 2 weeks straight, not one call, and then he'd just hit me up. So when I started coming back to music, we already had a couple beats we were working on, you know, before I even went crazy. So I took those beats, Drinking All Night beat. We had, Drinking All Night. My boy knows the Drinking All Night song. And so when I started writing back with Steven, I was like, okay, well, what do I want to say? If I'm gonna make an album, what do I want to say? And I was like, I wanted to show you, and when I say you, I mean anybody who listens to my album, I wanted to show you the story of how I went crazy and how I got to a place where I'm in a calm again. You know what I mean? I wanted to show you how I had that. So the album starts off about, you know, kind of in a dark place, like saying where I'm starting and where I'm at right now. Right when I started writing that album, I have the intro. You know what I mean? And then the second song is like it takes you all the way back to when I was going crazy. That was when drinking all night, going, you know what I mean, turning up, you know what I mean, having fun, you know. And then the song after that, it goes into mental case, and that's where I'm going, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not just drinking, I'm also, you know what I mean, just like, you want to jump into the flames, you know, I've been playing with that fire, I'm going crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then it calms down into like the hangover of like after all that stuff, and then it goes into mentally ill from Mudville, which is about when I was in the mental health place, and then it goes into potent psychosis, which is me trying to deal with getting out of the mental health place, which goes into My Lemonade, which is actually like my lead single from the project because it's like the first song I recorded for the project, and I recorded that like 2 months after I got out of the mental health place. So it's like, yeah, with my engineer who's doing my whole album.
So from the time I met you, how long ago was it that you got back into the game?
You met me like a month or two back into it.
Really?
Yeah.
So if I would have met you 2 months before that, it would have been a whole different.
You wouldn't have met me because I wouldn't have been out nowhere.
It would have been a whole.
It would have been.
So from that, from then on till now, then on, you've been working on that album.
Yeah, bro. It's I'm doing one song a month. You know what I mean?
How's that?
It's all good. But I've been doing one song a month with my producer or with my engineer, Tori Me. He's out of Lodi, California. If you right now his website's Vision Layer. He's visionlayer.com. You check that out. He's really dope. He can do great mixing for you. Me and him have been doing one song a month since I started. So yeah, he actually hit me up when I got out of that mental health place. Like I literally like within the month he hit me up randomly like, hey, do you want a free mixing session? And this is when I wasn't even doing music. This is when I was just like, you know, almost dead to the world. And then like the day before we had our session, my cousin in Alabama and her kid and her baby father all got they got hit by a drunk driver, and all three of them died. Like the day before I went to My Lemonade, before I recorded that song. So I just got out of the mental health place. My cousin had just got killed by a drunk driver. Like I was in a really low place, and like when I recorded that's why My Lemonade, like that song means so much to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like when I recorded that and what was going on in my life at the time, like it's just and the fact that like it was the first time I mixed with this dude who's like now doing my album. You know what I mean? Like the first mixer that I've like been like this is who I want to work with. You know, like and so it was just like so that's where My Lemonade, you know how I said that I was getting out, and then My Lemonade, that's why My Lemonade is right there after that Potent Psychosis song. And then after My Lemonade it goes into Smaller Fish to Fry, which I shot a video with my homie Martin. You know what I'm saying? We got this we got Smaller Fish to Fry, which is kind of like about like, you know what I mean, like I've always been in Eastern philosophy, so it's kind of like me breaking down how I look at Eastern philosophy. And then the song after that is called Meditate Every Day Part 2, where I actually, the beat's made by Official. I forgot to say Official's on the album because he's on that beat.
Shout out to Official.
Official's hella dope. And he has Meditate Every Day Part 2, which is me just rapping about meditation and like how meditation works for me, you know. And then after that song, then it's this little outro where I just be singing, you know, just 'cause I love myself.
Oh, that's
you know that song. Yeah, you know that song. So you know.
Hey, give him a little something, man. Drop it real quick.
What am I gonna do? Which one?
Just a hook.
Okay, so it's like.
Drop it.
Hey, miss. Been a long day, miss. I don't really say this, but I love you. That don't mean I trust you. 'Cause even though I love myself, that don't mean I trust myself. And all I see in you is me. All I see is unity. And that's the hook on the last song, because that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm loving myself, but I don't really trust myself because of what I've done to myself in the past. So like, I love the people I'm around right now, but you know, I don't even trust myself. So how can I trust everybody around me? You know what I mean? It's a song about where I'm at now. You know?
Oh yeah, sure. So it seems as you are taking all of your experiences from the past and are putting them into this one album. Your first album, correct?
My first official album.
Very first album,
Yeah.
and not only is it, are you doing exactly what I said, but it's like people are feeling and resonating with these songs. The Lemonade song, I had you close that at my show, like that's super resonant. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's loving that song,
Yeah.
and you're a great performer also, so you pulled it off really well. The Drinking All Night song, like the way you could put, the way that you just, what am I trying to say here? The way that you create art in your form of craft and using your past to bring that back to your craft is like, it's dope, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, especially to hear your story and why it started and how it started. Because I didn't know that was just like a month after. You know what I'm saying? A month after, and then I got lucky enough to meet the same Abbey.
Yes, yeah.
Like, we have good impressions. Like I've never met that other one. Even though that's hilarious, you pissing in the basement.
Yeah.
That's funny. Like
Yeah.
that's.
Oh yeah,
That's
I'm gonna
funny,
eventually
but-
have a one-man show about that one day, maybe. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I
Yeah.
got plenty of stories like that.
So I'm super fortunate to meet you in this stage of your life where you're just inspiring other local artists and just building the community up and dropping some dope music. So I'm just curious, what do you have planned for the future? Like, what's future goals after this album? After everything else, like you're back into your mental, like you're into good mental vibes.
Mm-hmm.
You have good friends surrounding you guys. Nice platforms.
I do.
What do you have planned for the future, Abbey James?
When I get home from here, I'm probably gonna meditate for 20 minutes.
Okay.
That's about as far into the future as I like to think. You know what I mean? Like, I know that's not the right, I know that's not the great radio answer, but like, that's the honest answer is like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I got, right now, like, I'm working on so much and I'm trying to get so much done that like, if I start thinking about like the thing is, bro, like, I'm living my dream right now. You know what I mean? So, the future, like, if I focus on the future and what I'm gonna do in the future, then I'm gonna stop paying attention to what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I'd rather just focus on the fact that like when I get off work on a Tuesday night, I know that I'm gonna be able to go to Superfish and I'm gonna be able to watch all these dope local artists, and then you know,
Yeah, you're
10 or 12 of them will end up back at my spot and we'll be freestyling for 4 hours.
You're just loving it.
So it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been to a place where it's like, I was always, like, when I was going crazy, that was the whole point. Where am I going to get to my future? I need to get to where I want to be. I want to be this guy. I want to be that guy. Like, I want to take down this person. I want to be this guy. And it's like, that just took me to a place where I was like, you know, in a place I couldn't leave. You know what I mean? With people who were going through the same struggle with me, trying to get somewhere when I didn't realize like, oh, like I'm here. I'm already here. I don't gotta get nowhere. I'm already here.
Yeah, one of the expressions we like to use at the hood is be like water.
You like water?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
We like that. You know how when you pour it in or whatever container water's in, it just, you know, it flows.
Yeah.
It just down the river.
Exactly.
So
If you're like a fish going down the river, you know what I mean? What's the point of thinking about what's gonna happen 10 miles down the river? You know what I'm saying? Oh, when I get 10 miles down the river, then I'm gonna take a break for a snack. But then what if you get like 8 miles down the river and you see something like food that you haven't seen all
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like if you're planning for out here, then you're gonna miss what's happening before you get there.
So do you think a lot of it was that you were overworking yourself, trying to be this, trying to do that, and then it drove you crazy when you weren't?
I think it had a lot to do with I was very egotistical, and I thought that I deserved to be like, I thought I deserved all the money and attention and fame, and I thought I was the shit.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I'm saying? Even if you are the shit, if you think you're the shit and you're always acting like you're the shit, then no matter how much you're the shit, nobody wants to fuck with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you start lying to yourself. You start thinking, you know what I mean? Like, yes, I overworked myself, but I also had an overinflated view of what myself was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And now, like, like a lot of like what I'm doing now is, like I said, I rather meditate every day, and then like, you know, like I'm just trying to ride, you know, I'm trying, like I was telling Ches, like I'm trying to be more of a passenger than the driver in this next phase of my life. I'd rather kind of just let other people show me where to go, and you know what I mean? I'm not always trying to make, I just feel like when you start,
like water.
Be like, I'm just trying to be more like water, yeah, you feel me? Like, cause I've been a lot of fire in my life, so I'm like I'm not trying to get burnt anymore, you know what I mean? I'm trying to cool flames instead of like, you know, spark them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think meeting you now at this stage in your life would have been completely different from meeting you like 8 years ago. What were you doing like 8 years ago?
8 years ago, I was
like my age, 23, 24.
8 years ago, I was 20 years old. 8 years ago, I was fresh out of high school. Before I rapped, I didn't really have much of a social life, and like, so I was like a baby when I was 20. You know what I'm saying? Like most people, you know, they get their you know, their life experiences in high school. They go to parties, they're with girls, they be drinking and smoking and doing all, like most people, you know what I mean? And so I didn't, or they go to school and they're hella focused on school. See, I didn't do either of those. I wasn't focused on school and I wasn't focused on the social life. So I was kind of just like stuck in between, where I was like, I was working and I was saving money, and I was working internally in my music, and I have previous lives. Like I used to write for a website back in the day. The Smoky Section, RIP.
So you guys started writing music after you graduated high school?
I mean, I started writing in high school, but like I didn't start taking it seriously until I was like 18 or 19. You know what I mean? That was when I first started like really, because I just really like, I realized like I was sitting in a classroom one day and I was like, what am I learning this for? Like I don't have any, like my only goals right now, the only thing I really want out of life is just to make music. And I was like, so I could spend all this money and time on like learning these things so I could do a job for somebody else that they want me to do, or I could just be an artist and try and enjoy that. And like when I was 18, 19, it was just an easy choice for me. I was like, I hated school my whole life, like, you know what I mean? And like it costs hella money, and it's like it's almost like a scam nowadays. Now I have I have friends who have, you know, bachelor's degrees, and they're working, you know what I mean, jobs that don't make as much money as, you know, the job I make. You know? And it doesn't make no sense. So it's just like the whole game is rigged, you know. So I'm like, I'm not trying to like, you know. So when I was 18, 19, that was my mindset. It's like I want to be the greatest rapper of all time.
Do what you want.
That was what I wanted to be. I just wanted to be the greatest rapper of all time, and I was gonna put that work in. You know, might not happen, but I was gonna put that work in. And if I failed, then I failed, and I did, and I'm hella glad I failed, because like.
What was the grind back then? Like, what did you do? You're like, okay, put that work in. What's that work in? What is that?
I used to
for a rapper. What is putting in work for a rapper?
I have this brand, Working Class Royalty. You know what I mean? And I was really pushing that heavy. I was throwing my own shows. I was working with a lot of people. My boy Terry.
Real quick, I just wanted to pause the show. I apologize.
No, it's good. Go ahead.
Our Hood app live went down. So I need everybody to go to our Facebook page in order to view this. But everybody watching is on our live, so y'all are good. But
Ches Bonita, hey!
I also want to direct you guys to our YouTube page. It's called the What's Good in the Hood YouTube page. Subscribe and follow, and you will get edited versions of our shows on that page, so you can watch when you get off work, before you guys go to work. So this will be uploaded onto our YouTube so that you can share it with your friends.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll always be out here. All these stories. Always.
Yeah, it's all good.
And
it'll be in the ether.
Yeah,
everybody can hear about
in cyber world.
In cyber. I told them I felt like I was in a Black Mirror episode when I got in here. There's so many goddamn cameras on me, and I'm like,
okay, so back to what is the grind? You said you had the.
So it's like. I was doing every show. I did like 100 shows in a year at one time. Like,
okay, wow, that's impressive.
I performed. I used to perform with a band called Brada. I used to perform with them all over this Northern California and stuff like that. I used to throw my own shows with my boy Terry. Shout out Just One Son.
Shout him out.
One of my best friends. Like if it wasn't for him, if I met him at a time in my life where I was gonna go like this way or that way. and he like saw me kind of going this way, and he dragged my ass this way. You know what I mean? And like if he didn't do that, like man, dude, I don't even know who I'd be. Terry changed my life. So that was a lot of the grind. Is me and Terry would work every day. He built the waterfront. Like he's a construction he's a construction manager, and he's the one that built the waterfront.
So a lot of, as an artist, a lot of your guys' grind consists of doing shows,
recording music, networking. I had a backwards grind back then, though. You know what I mean? Like I was so focused on getting out and doing stuff that I didn't focus on the quality of my product as much as I should have. You know what I mean? I didn't go to studios. I recorded at my house. I didn't get a mixing engineer. I mixed everything myself. So it was like I was working 10 times harder than I am now.
Because you were doing all the work.
Yeah, I was working 10 times harder, but I was having like 4 times the results. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was doing everything. So like now it's like, oh, like I'm just rapping, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'll throw a show here and there, you know, I'm gonna start getting back into my different things. But the main goal is just rapping. Back then I was trying to rap, I was trying to do graphic design, I was trying to throw the shows, I was trying to mix and engineer, I had about 20 people on my crew.
You already sound like you're doing way too much. It's stressing me out.
Yeah.
It's stressing me out a little bit.
Yeah.
And
well, that's
a lot of jobs.
It was, and I was working.
I understand it, but I've noticed, especially like by being with Hood and like doing other things like collabing with other people in my MF comedy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed like when you got a team of individuals, like
things work a lot more.
So you just kind of stay in your lane, you know?
Yes.
Everybody just stays in
their
their
lane. Yeah, just stick to what you're good at, and then help with what you can help with.
Because like, look, okay, I don't know if you could know this about me, but I'm not tech savvy.
Yeah, I know.
I need to stop saying that. I need to stop saying that because it's making me think I'm not. Because I can learn.
You can learn. This
is something.
But at the moment, you're not very tech savvy.
So when like a group of tech savvy people get together and they just start spewing these ideas, it's just like I just stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying? I just listen and just okay. And then I'll do this. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't just try. Maybe we should. Nah, that's not gonna work, Marcel. It's like, oh man.
I think a lot of the way we look at communication when we're younger is we gotta speak our minds so people understand us.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't listen as much as we, you know what I mean? Like we forget that part of the communication process. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was like back then when I was doing all that work.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was doing all that work, because people were like, I want to help, and I was like, no, but you don't know what I'm trying to do, so I need to do it. You know, it's like, no, like maybe they can do it better than you, bro. Like maybe you know what I mean? Maybe you don't have it, you know.
And that's how you get better. You know, you just gotta be quiet. Basically. Yeah. Just be quiet and listen, and just let people, you know, talk. Let people talk. A lot of people can't take constructive criticism. Mm-hmm. A lot of artists, because a lot of people are sensitive about the music.
Right.
You know, of course, like, it makes sense. You know, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's like our babies, you know what I mean? Our music is like our babies because, like, you know what I mean? We create them out of nothing, you know what I mean? And
so
it's, you know.
How can somebody tell you what you're trying to say or create, you know what I'm
saying? I enjoy constructive criticism now. I used to hate it. I used to hate all criticism because I thought I was shit, but now I love it because, like the other day, my friend told me something about myself. Like even not even just music, just just like in life. Like they were like the way that you. It's like I almost make decisions like when like I have like an event coming up or something like that, or something that's happening in my life, and then my friends, whenever I hit my friends up, like I kind of like, because I know how they are, I make decisions for them without asking them. Like, you know what I mean?
Like what do you mean? Like Marcelis is down to go.
Because this literally... He's
down to go.
Like for example,
we'll
like, if we were to go to a party or whatever, you know what I mean? And like, my friends wanted to hang out that aren't really party goers. Well, then I'll just be like, oh, well, I'm not going to go to the party because I'm going to hang out. Then they want to hang out. Like, instead of asking them, hey, do you want to go to the party? You know what I mean? I just made that decision. And that was pointed out to me the other day by my friend, and that's not artistic constructive criticism, but that's constructively criticizing how I am as a person, and like I could take that and be like, oh, you're right, maybe next time I should like be more open to what somebody else might want to do, because maybe he was having a day where he was like, man, I wish I could go out today, you know what I mean? Like I don't usually go out, but you know, and then who knows, it could have been like a perfect match, you know what I mean? But I didn't find that out because I was, you know, so like that's what I'm saying. It's like if my friend didn't feel comfortable enough to like be able to give me that constructive criticism, then I would have just kept on living my life the way I was and I would have never seen that in myself, and now that I've seen that, now I can think, oh, okay, let me change the way, let me think about things differently, let me see how other people move,
Yeah,
and see if I can,
people always try to, you know what I'm saying? You gotta like sort through it and see what's good and what's bad. Like sometimes people are like, Marcelis, you smoke too much weed. I'm like, well, go fuck yourself. Okay?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's bad criticism.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I would never take advice from that. Like, you know, but it's like, oh, Marcelis, you know, you could stop saying and you could stop saying, you know what I'm saying, in your sets and on radio. Okay, that's good. We could work with that. Yeah.
Oh, I got one that I got from my last, when I did the show at your last one they have.
What's that?
I need to wear a belt on stage. Because I guess the whole, like, because they take a couple videos and two people that took videos separately told me, like, you were pulling up your pants, like, the whole time you were rapping. You really need to get a belt when you perform. And I was like, damn, you know, like.
Gucci belt.
Fuck that. I ain't no Gucci belt. I'll go
see,
get,
that's when you're like, oh, that criticism.
Oh, yeah, fuck that criticism. Nah, bro. I'm gonna go get, you know that plastic wrap, that you put your over your food when it's leftovers. You take that and you make a big one, and then you wrap it all up, and then you make a belt out of it. I learned that when I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, if you're gonna do
that's my new belt. That's my new style, bro. I'm bringing that one.
You might as well go with the old school shoestring.
The shoestring belt?
Like, what's
we
up?
bringing it back.
I'm a skater.
Hey.
I'm a skater.
Hey. I'm gonna start every music video. I'm just gonna have a shoestring wrapped around me. You feel me? Like it's gonna be my new style.
Oh yeah. And if you do it right, nobody's gonna see it.
Well, no, I want everybody to see it because it's the style, bro.
Oh,
you know
so
what I'm saying? You seen that new Abbey James, bro? You seen the shoelace he had on? That was the freshest shoelace I'd ever seen in my life, bro.
What was that, Chuck Taylor?
Damn! Oh, he had the stripe down the middle.
He had the Jordans.
Damn!
He had the Gucci shoes. Like I just get the Gucci shoes for the shoestring belts. Like
yeah.
So we are hobbling down to the end of our interview.
Yes.
What time is it, team?
10:18.
Oh yes. So yes, we are at the end of our interview right now. I just want to ask one single question that I am going to ask all of my interviewers. So this is going to be something that's like all of you guys get. This is going to be the ending question for everybody tuning in, so you guys know when we're ending up, because this question will arise. And that question is, why do you think people should download Hood app?
Why should people download the Hood app? Well, of course, so they can get more in touch with their community and their surroundings.
Okay.
And yeah, the Hood app is fucking dope. And you can leave me a nice comment on there and like a rating. You could go see my, you know what I mean? You can go find out where I'm at. You can find out like when I get on my shit, you'll find out where my events are at. You know what I mean? Because I can go put them on there, but I haven't done that yet. But you know, and if you're an artist, you could be on the Hood app, and you can have if you're a business, you could be on the Hood app. It's a good idea with good people doing it. So that's why you should download the Hood app. That's why, because it's a good idea with good people, and it'll get you more connected with your community, and it'll save you money. Because there's deals on there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, there are. There are deals. There's local artists and a directory for local businesses. Plus, we have this dope backdrop.
Backdrop, bro! I feel like I'm on a red carpet, but it's blue.
Anyways, we do appreciate everybody for tuning in to episode 3 of What's Good in the Hood. It's been your boy Abbey James. We've had a great time, man. I really appreciate you for coming through this morning and sparking us up with all this great energy and flows. And hopefully,
if I ain't a real boy, what you call it? I don't think you want no problems. Wake, shut up, ayy. On my mama, I can't make shit up, ayy. If I ain't a real boy, what you call it?